Welcome back to the Calm Mind channel. I'm thrilled to have you join me today for a topic that's very close to my heart, trusting our instincts. We've all had those moments, haven't we? Those times when something deep within us nudges us in a certain direction. It's not a voice, not a thought, but a feeling, a gut feeling. These feelings, these instincts, are powerful guides. But how often do we really listen to them? How often do we trust them? Today, we're going to delve into the fascinating world of instincts. We'll explore what they are, where they come from, and most importantly, why we should trust them. I remember a time when I had to make a major decision. Everything on paper pointed in one direction, but my gut, my instinct, was pulling me in another. I chose to trust my instinct, and it turned out to be one of the best decisions I've ever made. And that's why I'm so passionate about this topic. I believe our instincts are messages from our soul, guiding us towards what's truly right for us. So, let's embark on this journey together, to understand, to trust, and to follow our instincts. Understanding instincts. So, what exactly are instincts? It's a term we use quite often, but do we really understand what it means? Instincts, in the simplest terms, are our natural, inborn responses to certain situations. They're not learned or acquired, but something we're born with. Think about a baby's instinct to grasp a finger, or a bird's instinct to migrate. These behaviors aren't taught, they're instinctual. In humans, instincts can manifest as gut feelings or intuitions, especially in situations where we have to make quick decisions. But how do instincts differ from learned behaviors? Well, learned behaviors are exactly that, learned. They're based on our experiences, our upbringing, and our environment. For example, our instinct might tell us to run when we sense danger, but our learned behavior might tell us to assess the situation first, based on past experiences. Instincts have a biological and psychological basis. Biologically, they're tied to our survival and reproduction. Psychologically, they're connected to our subconscious mind, which processes information much faster than our conscious mind. That's why instincts often feel like sudden insights or gut feelings. They're our subconscious mind processing information and guiding us. So, in essence, instincts are our inborn guides, deeply rooted in our biology and psychology. They're there to help us navigate the world. The key is learning to recognize and trust them. The connection between instincts and the soul. Now that we understand what instincts are, let's delve a little deeper. How are our instincts connected to our soul? The concept of the soul varies across different cultures and philosophies. Some view it as our eternal essence, others as our divine spark, and still others as our deepest self. Regardless of how we define it, the soul is often seen as the source of our deepest wisdom and truth. And it's this wisdom, this truth, that our instincts tap into. Our instincts, our gut feelings, are like messages from our soul. They guide us towards what's truly right for us, even when our logical mind might suggest otherwise. Think about those moments when you've had a strong gut feeling about something. Maybe it was a job offer that looked perfect on paper, but something inside you said no. Or perhaps a person who seemed nice, but your instincts told you to be wary. In those moments, your soul, through your instincts, was guiding you. It was giving you information that your conscious mind might not have been aware of. So, when we talk about trusting our instincts, we're really talking about trusting our soul, trusting that deep, inner wisdom that guides us towards our true path. And that's the beauty of our instincts. They're not just biological responses, but spiritual guides, helping us navigate our journey with wisdom and authenticity. So, the next time you get a gut feeling, remember, it's a message from your soul. Listen to it, trust it, and let it guide you. The importance of trusting your instincts. We've talked about what instincts are and how they're connected to our soul. But why is it so important to trust these instincts? Every day, we make countless decisions. Some are small and seemingly insignificant, while others can change the course of our lives. In these moments, our instincts can serve as a powerful guide. Research has shown that our gut feelings are often right. Our subconscious mind processes information much faster than our conscious mind, picking up on subtle cues and patterns that we might not consciously notice. That's why our instincts can often guide us towards the right decision, even when our logical mind is unsure. Let's look at some real-life examples. Successful people across various fields, from business and science to arts and sports, often credit their success to trusting their instincts. They've learned to listen to their gut feelings, to trust that inner voice, and it's led them to incredible achievements. But it's not just about success in the traditional sense. Trusting our instincts can also lead to greater happiness and fulfillment. When we trust our instincts, we align ourselves with our true desires and values. We make choices that truly resonate with us, leading to a more authentic and fulfilling life. So, trusting our instincts is not just about making better decisions. It's about living a more authentic, fulfilling, and joyful life. And isn't that what we all strive for? How to recognize and trust your instincts. We've talked about the importance of trusting our instincts. But how do we recognize these instincts? And how do we build trust in them? Recognizing our instincts can be tricky, especially in a world full of distractions. But there are ways to tune into them. First, it's important to differentiate between instincts and other feelings, like fear or desire. Instincts often feel like a deep, inner knowing. They're not based on fear or wishful thinking, but on a sense of truth. For example, if you're feeling anxious about a decision, that's likely fear, not instinct. If you're feeling overly excited or optimistic, that might be desire. But if you feel a deep sense of rightness, even if it doesn't make logical sense, that's likely your instinct. Once we recognize our instincts, how do we build trust in them? One way is through mindfulness and meditation. These practices help us quiet our mind and tune into our inner wisdom. They help us become more aware of our instincts and build trust in them. Another way is through practice and reflection. Start by trusting your instincts in small decisions. Reflect on the outcomes. Over time, you'll build confidence in your instincts. Remember, trusting your instincts is a journey, not a destination. It takes time and practice. But the rewards, in terms of authenticity, fulfillment, and success, are well worth it. So, start today. Tune into your instincts. Trust them. Let them guide you towards your true path. And remember, they're messages from your soul, your deepest wisdom. Trust in that. Common misconceptions about instincts. As we delve deeper into the world of instincts, it's important to address some common misconceptions. These myths can often hinder us from fully trusting our instincts. Misconception 1: instincts are always impulsive. This is not necessarily true. While instincts can lead to quick decisions, they're not based on impulse. They're based on deep, subconscious processing of information. Misconception 2: instincts are irrational. Again, this is not entirely true. While instincts might not always align with our logical thinking, they're not irrational. They're based on a different kind of intelligence, our intuitive, subconscious intelligence. Our instincts often pick up on subtle cues and patterns that our conscious mind misses. So, while they might seem irrational, they're often based on a deeper understanding of the situation. Misconception 3: trusting your instincts means ignoring logic. This is a common myth, but it's not accurate. Trusting your instincts doesn't mean ignoring logic or facts. It means balancing your logical thinking with your intuitive knowing. In fact, the most effective decision-making often involves both, using our logical mind to gather and analyze information, and our instincts to guide the final decision. So, as we learn to trust our instincts, let's also learn to question these misconceptions. Our instincts are not impulsive, irrational, or opposed to logic. They're a powerful form of intelligence, guiding us towards our true path. Let's honor them, trust them, and let them guide us. Conclusion. As we come to the end of our journey today, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned. We've explored what instincts are, our inborn, natural responses, deeply rooted in our biology and psychology. We've discussed how our instincts are connected to our soul, serving as messages from our deepest wisdom. We've delved into the importance of trusting our instincts, how they can guide us towards better decisions, greater success, and a more authentic and fulfilling life. We've shared tips on how to recognize and trust our instincts, and addressed common misconceptions that can hinder us from fully trusting them. Remember, trusting our instincts is a journey. It takes time and practice. But the rewards are immense. As we learn to trust our instincts, we align ourselves with our true desires and values. We make choices that truly resonate with us. We live a more authentic, fulfilling, and joyful life. And isn't that what we all strive for? So, I encourage you to start today. Tune into your instincts. Trust them. Let them guide you. And remember, they're messages from your soul, your deepest wisdom. Trust in that. Thank you for joining me on this journey today. I hope it's been insightful and inspiring. And I look forward to continuing this journey with you in our next video.